Alright guys, so I saw Logan Lucky in theaters this weekend. Not a film that I originally had planned to watch in theaters this weekend, but I did have a movie voucher that was about to expire on the 31st, so I said why not. So this is basically the comeback for Steven Soderbergh. He said he was going to retire for, making movies, and he made movies such as Ocean's 11 and Magic Mike and all that, and he said he was going to retire, so of course he came back, and this is what he directed. This is a heist film that stars Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, and Daniel Craig. They're on a heist mission to basically get away with basically like a robbery of money that is locked down under, I believe it's under the NASCAR racetrack where the movie usually takes place at. And Channing Tatum and Adam Driver are the Logan brothers who are trying to do this heist, but they know that they can't really do it by themselves. So of course, they have to get Daniel Craig's character, I forgot his character's name in the movie, to basically accomplish this heist because they know that he's very good at this. I really had a fun time watching this movie. This is one of the smaller movies of the summer, and I really liked what they were trying to do with this movie. But whatever the director was trying to do with this movie, he pulled it off very well. This is a heist comedy, but the comedy doesn't really take over the whole aspect of the heist as much as I thought it was going to be, because by looking at the trailers, I guess you could say that the trailers were actually kind of misleading in a way. You might think that it was going to be a much funnier movie, which, don't get me wrong, it's a funny movie, mainly because of what characters like Daniel Craig's character and his brothers in this movie say and do. Especially this one scene with Adam Driver's hand getting sucked into. Just watch the movie, it's really funny. I had a fun time watching that scene. Yeah, it's not exactly a laugh out loud comedy, but the certain comedy that they use for this movie, it's just right for this type of movie. Channing Tatum was written really well into this movie, and he also acted his part very good. He is definitely one of the best parts of this movie. But they basically kind of add a extra layer to his character from a side of trying to get away with this heist. He has like an extra layer of the type of connection that he has with his daughter, and sometimes it could actually play in with the actual storyline. Adam Driver's character, we didn't get too much information or too much depth about his character, but we didn't really need that much information either, because everything that we needed to know about his character is that he basically served in the war, and that's how he lost his hand, and that's why he has to wear that plastic hand and all that, and that he works at a bar. That's really all we need to know about his character. Now we're talking about one of the best things that this movie has to offer. It's definitely Daniel Craig in this movie as basically, the guy that is in prison and he's helping the Logan brothers get away with this heist. His character is such a charm to this movie. Again, he's what keeps this movie going in terms with the humor and just how his character is written into the movie. Katie Holmes, who is Channing Tatum's ex-wife, to me, she didn't serve much of a purpose, but I see why they need her in this movie. But I think that she was in this movie for the perfect amount of screen time. Two actors that I was really disappointed to kind of see wasted in this movie, of course, are Sebastian Stan and Catherine Waterston. I thought that their characters were going to be a much bigger part to the storyline in this movie, because if you saw the trailers, they weren't really in the trailers except when they put their names in the trailer, but you might have thought that they were going to have like a larger role, or that's what I thought at least, but they didn't really need to be in this film that much either, so for the amount of time that they had, it was fair. Now Seth MacFarlane, I am very mixed about his character. He really felt misplaced. I see why his character is there, just that I don't see why they got Seth MacFarlane, because really it kind of feels like his character belongs in a spoof movie. He doesn't belong in such movie like Logan Lucky. The reason why it feels like his character is kind of spoofing off another character is because it's either the way that his character is dressed, of course with that fake mustache, which is very obvious, or whether it's the fact that they got Seth MacFarlane to do this role. But I think that the movie is written very well, but my main problem with this movie is that it really kind of drags on a little too much. Like, this movie has one of those moments where you might think that it's about to finish, but it's not. There's about a extra 15 to 20 minutes going on, which I see why they're put into the movie, but I didn't think that it needed to be this long. Like, almost, it's just kind of hard to explain it. Overall, guys, I had a really fun time watching this movie. It's a good movie, but I don't think it's a great movie as people are making it out to be. I know there are people calling this movie a masterpiece, but it really never got there for me. But this is a small film that perfectly wraps up the summer, of course, with all the blockbusters that we had. Almost like War Dogs kind of did last year, and American Ultra kind of did in 2015, even though a lot of people didn't like American Ultra. It was a small action film that I really had a fun time watching, and it kind of actually wrapped up the summer of 2015. So that's what Logan Lucky, or that's the way I see Logan Lucky for the summer of 2017. This movie isn't for everyone. This movie is targeted towards a certain audience. I believe that this movie is targeted for the audience that is kind of trying to get a break from the big blockbusters and watch a smaller film. So that's the type of audience that this movie is trying to target towards. This movie would make a perfect matinee, and that's why I'm going to give this movie a B. So if you're one of those people that this movie is trying to target towards, that is trying to watch a smaller film over the weekend, I would definitely recommend Logan Lucky. It's a fun time at the movies, especially with such a great cast like Channing Tatum and Daniel Craig. You're going to have a really fun time watching this movie. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you guys seen this movie, please let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.